Make sure y'all hit like, comment, and subscribe. Trust Season 1, Episode 7. This episode is called Kodachrome. It is a type of film, if you do not know what it is. We see Junior watching family videos, reminiscing hard about family and choices. Penelope is all caught up. Penelope is caught up. I told her cheating ways was going to get her in a world of heck, and that's exactly what happened. He was popping off them things like a Nintendo Duck Hunter, whatever that Nintendo game is where you shoot with the little orange gun. It's hitting every one of his targets. And then once that bad news came up that his spouse, his boo, one of his chicks in the stable, was cheating on him, he missed the disc, shot the birds. Finally, some emotions are drawn from Getty Sr. She is out of the will, not one single dollar. Then he changed it. That chick $1. That's a shame. $1. She is going to be hot when the reading of the will happens. I'm just saying. So now it is a story of two families fueled by power and money. The wealthy Getty family and a community of hustlers, aka mobsters. They're chasing this prize horse Greyhound, aka 3, and it's not going to be a meal ticket for them. I knew it was bad when Chase was at the bank, Fusher Chase was at the bank with that confused face. One of the coolest scenes was Senior emerging from the shadows. Pretty crazy. That was the day he met his grandson 3 and Gail. Red hair in this episode was very vibrant on mom and son. I'm not gonna lie, Lil Paul looked like the orphan Annie. Flashback this week was awesome. The whole episode was flashbacks, and we saw the wigs, we saw how they were younger and how they have aged. We also got to see the lifelong struggle of Paul Jr. A few episodes ago, you remember Granddad offering a job on the rig and a career for his grandson. 16-year-old grandkid, 16 years old, he's offering the world, but this spoiled, rotten spirit that they have, that's the definition of just being spoiled, man. You would have made good money on the rig. You be in a position to have it all, yet 3 just didn't do it. He just didn't do it. Same battle that he dealt with being so young is what his father was dealing with being a little bit older. Now, the shadow puppet, the crucifixion at the art gallery, his methods are blunt, but they're so strategic. And I'm talking about Granddad, I'm talking about Senior. I like Senior, but at the same time, I dislike him. I think Junior is angry and bitter. So the Granddad, John Getty Sr., threw that little boy in the water. Sink or swim. That's how he is. He's harsh. Junior had a chance to stand up and say, man, look, what you did to my son was shady and sick. But he did not do it. He did not do anything to keep his daddy happy. And the money coming in. Okay, see? That's where you went wrong. He had opportunity to look him in the face, stand up, but he didn't want to stop them checks from coming in or the possibility of him running an empire. That's Paul Jr.'s fault. Hiring so many members of the company was tough, and when the subtitles separated, like they just shattered, the words was just too much, and they just went all over the place. I thought that was a really cool scene. Senior's office, he had 3 lamps on, and that was so his character. It was definitely his character because it's over the top, and it leaves you like, why does he do the things that he does? Like, he could just have a light on the ceiling. Why have 3 lamps on? Like, really, Senior? When Junior went on and turned into a dope fiend, snorting and inhaling drugs and sipping liquor, raging out all angry, throwing objects while Gail and the son watching in the corner, I thought that was pretty interesting way to portray his story because the camera was spinning in a circular, direction. It was clean. It was a very clean shot, and we saw that horse statue, and I thought that was a sweet touch, almost being like, yo, I don't know, like a wild Bill, wild cowboy. Just, he's not sitting on the horse. The horse is bucking, and that's his attitude, just being a wild boy. And at the same time, the very end, we saw a half man, half horse situation with the centaur choking out a man, and that was definitely saying he's taking the life out of you at that moment. Now, yes, Gail was lonely with 4 kids. Completion is real, man. Now, it sucked to see Gail so supportive of her spouse's dream and Paul just never feeling like he was successful. Drugs was used as an escaping method, I guess, for him to get away from the reality of the world. What he felt was a struggle. What he felt was too much pressure, trying to satisfy his father, who is not to be satisfied. He can't even satisfy himself. How could you do it? That's not your role. relationships falling apart, overdoses, not happy in his own situation, lots of abandonment, the rich and wealthy having a homeless spirit. Okay. So 3 is about to be released, and it seems like he's about to be released, and sure enough, it did not happen. I'm like, man, this is messed up. No one's gonna pick it up. That whole deal is about to crumble because daddy ain't signing that contract. Beautiful scenery though, man. You saw the nature. It was just real green. And is it me, or do the Getty's home seem to be like the mansion? Does it seem to be just real cold and empty? And it's crazy because it seems so cold and dark, but it's a mansion. You would think it would be like fun and warm, but it's not. So the centaur, like I said, was choking a man in that artwork, which was beautiful, like carved out marble, whatever it was. But Paul Jr. about to sign away for the money, and I'm like, man, read it. I bet that's your trust and your inheritance about to be deducted. Yes, it is. It's a loan. And he flipped his wig. Wasn't with it. So Junior wants his dad to give him something. He's like, give me something. You never gave me anything. And I'm saying to myself, looking at the TV, I'm like, yo, he gave you an opportunity. And you already had your foot in the door to the world. You ungrateful little crackhead living in a cycle that was passed on to your son. Junior, you doomed yourself. Now you crying with 300 family pics on the sofa. Kodachrome. This episode was crazy, y'all. Straight up crazy. Finding out it's your birthday, knowing that they no-showed for you. Primo's ticked off. What's going to happen? So much to look forward to in the future episode. Obviously, Primo ticked off. He's saying you're going to die. I just feel like, yo, hurry up, cut his ear off, send him on his way so we can wrap up this story. It's long. It's very long at this point. We're already at episode 7. I mean, they could have made this a 6er. It could have been definitely a 6 episode. But the architecture behind it all is pretty dang on strong and beautiful. I still want to see more of Fletcher Chase. Granddad wearing on me, his whole story with his stable of chicks and how shady he is. We did not see the I forgot his name. I hate to call him this, but the butler. We didn't see him at all this episode. Looking forward to the upcoming ones. It was a good episode though. Straight up. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time. Peace, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Thanks.